Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NGW Shockwave. We are exactly, 14 days and some change away from Battlefield Japan. Oh my God, guys, there was one other thing I wanted to talk about. We're in January. We're in January 2021 in our universe. So after the pay-per-view, after Battlefield Japan, records do reset. And you can also take this time to decide if you want to keep the wrestler you have or if you want to switch them out. You can trade other players for their wrestlers if you want, or you can pick someone from the free agency. It's up to you guys. But our show tonight starts with a singles match. We don't have any promos, no segments. We're going straight into the action. We have Candice LeRae versus Billie Kay. And as far as our records go with these two women, I want to say Billie Kay's 1-1 and Candice LeRae's 1-2. Candice LeRae looked really impressive at Without Honor. She was the one to win that elimination tag. How does this work? I'm new. Well, welcome, Ben. First off, let me ask you, how'd you find her stream, brother? I still think Candice LeRae in this game looks like a shredded Hillary Clinton. They just did not. There's just something about the facial texture with Candice LeRae in this game that looks poor. It just does not look very well done. I really want to just dump all over WWE 2K22. I'm ready to not like this game. You passed that. And Candice LeRae had a great outing. Okay, so Ben, how this works is you can pick two wrestlers, one male, one female wrestler, and they are your characters. So you have options. You can act in character and chat, interact with the other users who are playing characters, or you can just chill talk pro wrestling with me like you've been doing, and we can watch your wrestlers in matches. The available roster is this spreadsheet here that's getting posted now. I've been trying to find good WWE streams with good content, and most been slating, but I'm liking this one, and I got to become a new member of the hell. Yes, we are the baddest club on Twitch TV. We eat pancakes, we eat pizza, and we drive stolen cars. Only the baddest of the bad do that. Kenny Omega is taken, and he is also the NGW World Champion. What's going on, HPC? If you didn't get the link, here is the link right here. I will also download any CAW. So if it's a wrestler that's not in this game, I will download them for you if they're available. So I've introduced some new concepts. Singles matches that are non-title, they're going to be 25 minutes from now on. Title matches are an hour. Tag team matches that are non-title are 30 minutes. So I have it for PC, HPC. So if you have it for PC, I'll definitely download them. And Billie Kay with an elbow that Candice LeRae blocks. And as I was saying during the entrances, Candice LeRae has looked fantastic here recently. She was the one to eliminate, she eliminated Io Shirai in that 6-man elimination tag, winning the match for Bayley, Lita, and Candice. So she's on a high right now, to say the least. And I do have word that Candice LeRae will be in that Battlefield Battle Royal 2 weeks from now in Japan at Battlefield Japan. Time limit, yes, because I agree with Jim Ross. If we're supposed to take pro wrestling as a real sports presentation, then when they don't have time limits, are you telling me they're going to fight forever? No. So I'm going back to making this feel like an actual sport. We're going time limits. Dude, I talk a lot of pro wrestling, man. I used to be way more in MMA than pro wrestling. I used to actually cover mixed martial arts a little bit, like write about it. I stopped. It was hard to keep up with. I don't know what happened. I think I just kind of got burned out on the MMA bug. There were just way too many shows. And also around that time, WWE wasn't really doing anything, but New Japan started kicking off on all cylinders. New Japan's what really got me back into pro wrestling. And there's an Irish Rip from Billie Kay. Candice LeRae, though, sidesteps that attempt from Billie, and now Billie with a snap suplex. I'm not going to say who's in the 30-man. And you're not gonna know until the match starts. I might drop nuggets throughout the shows with some commentary. And there's a fisherman suplex from Billie Kay. And she stomps Candice LeRae's lower back and then just starts banging her head against the canvas. And a spinning punch that's missed there. And Candice LeRae with a kick to the midsection, followed by a Hurricane Rana. Takes Billie Kay right out of the action. And LeRae really trying to maintain that momentum that she obtained at the Without Honor pay-per-view, which is on YouTube, by the way. If you're not following us on YouTube, just click that socials link and go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. All of our backlog. If you want to know what's been going on in the NGW universe, every single event we have ever aired is on that YouTube channel. Billie Kay there has Candice LeRae on that middle rope, and she's setting up for a neck breaker and gets all of it. If I'm Billie Kay, I'm looking at that as a pinfall. Nope. Instead, Billie Kay going right back to work on that head and neck, just slamming against that canvas. Referee might want to step in there and prevent her from doing that. Probably not, just because I don't have time. I don't have time. Candice LeRae hurting, trying to get up to her feet, and Billie Kay waiting for her. As soon as Billie Kay gets up, or as soon as Candice LeRae gets up, Billie Kay locks her in, and Candice counters with a Hurricane Rana. Now, Billie Kay has the height advantage, but I have to think the experience goes to Candice. Candice, by the way, I'm wearing my Candice LeRae t-shirt right now, too, if that says anything. Stunner from Candice LeRae. And Billie Kay using the ropes to try to get leverage, try to get back to her feet, but instead has to settle for a seated position as LeRae starts smashing that boot against her head. You have to hold it. You don't get to, you defend that briefcase until the anniversary show. It's not a cash-in briefcase like Money in the Bank. That briefcase gives you a contract for a match at our anniversary event, which is like our WrestleMania. I haven't come up with a cool name for this pay-per-view. Predictions on WrestleMania Backlash. My prediction is I most likely won't watch it. No, I don't know. I didn't know. I seriously don't know what the card is. I don't follow WWE. I don't know what's on the show. What are the big matches? And our crucifix head scissors from Candice LeRae. Is it Braun versus Bobby Lashley? I doubt that. I think Lashley holds on to it until at least SummerSlam. And it must be Cesaro versus Roman Reigns then. If I'm... Whoa, Braun versus Drew versus Bobby? I got it. This is so original. Slammiversary. No, we're not doing that. I hated that name. I don't like that that Impact uses that name. That's such a... To me, Slammiversary sounds like a 1970s territory promotion. I don't think any modern promotion should be using that as a pay-per-view name. It just sounds... It sounds kind of cheesy, you know? Candice LeRae on the top rope with Billie Kay and a swinging neck breaker, both of them coming off the ropes. And Candice LeRae using that as an opportunity to get a pin. Referee in position. We have a 2 count. We have a 3 count. Candice LeRae continues her winning ways in NGW, improving her record to 2 wins and 2 losses. Meanwhile, Billie Kay is in that position you don't want to be in, a negative record on NGW TV. So... let me get my theme songs going here. We're going to play theme songs for promos so that you guys know who is talking. This is, I want to up my production. I want to up my production, guys. So we're going to really treat this like a Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to have some music here. So we go backstage. Johnny Gargano's there for a little video package, little promo. And this is what Johnny Gargano has to say about Kenny Omega. Since winning the NGW World Championship with that tool, Billionaire Ted, Kenny Omega has lorded over this company like he's the one that makes decisions. Tonight, I say the god of pro wrestling gets humbled. Kenny, what you said about Jungle Boy was disrespectful to the entire Zero Gravity division. A division that Jungle Boy, myself, and every single Zero Gravity wrestler in that locker room are proud to say they represent. You and Ted may have had your fun screwing over world champion contender after world champion contender. It stops now. Because tonight, you're going to find out what it's like when there's Gargano escape. So big words from Johnny Gargano as we head to our next match, Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett, he's calling himself the contract hitman. He took that $250,000 from Ted DiBiase and he softened Karrion Kross up. And many could argue that that's really what allowed Kenny Omega to pick up that victory without honor to retain the NGW World Championship. And we have Wade Barrett and Dolph Ziggler in action tonight. Ben says he needs Goldberg and Natalya, and Bad Guy Maddox says you can have Goldberg and Natalya. Well, I don't know what the original plans were for WrestleMania, but I swear I read that it was supposed to be Lacey and Charlotte. Where is Wade wrestling now? Wade is commentary on NXT, believe it or not. Yeah, that was silly. That was silly. I agree. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know now. Bill Goldberg's going to be in the Battle Royal. You cannot not have Bill Goldberg in the Battle Royal. So now I just got to, it sucks. And I hate saying this, but I got to figure out who I'm taking out of the Battle Royal. So this is scary. Okay, I'll tell you what, the loser of this match isn't going to be in the Battle Royal, so now there's extra stakes. This is not announced on the show. I'm just telling, both of these guys are in the Battle Royal. Loser won't be in it, and Goldberg's taking their spot. So now, if you're Dolph Ziggler, if you're Wade Barrett, you better hope you win this match, or your World Championship opportunity just got dashed. And how about what Johnny Gargano had to say about Kenny Omega? He said Kenny Omega disrespected the Zero Gravity division. He said he's not going to stand for it. He's not going to let it happen. And tonight we have a Zero Gravity Rules, no holds barred match. The NGW World Champion Kenny Omega against the NGW Zero Gravity Champion Johnny Gargano. First ever champion versus champion between Zero Gravity and the World Champion. This should be a match you don't want to miss, folks. Do not change that channel because all the action is here on NGW Shockwave. 25-minute time limit with Wade Barrett and Dolph Ziggler here. Ziggler starts with a snapmare. And a beautiful neck crank there. I got to stop saying there when I use these sentences. Actually, Wade Barrett's wrestled on Shockwave before. He wrestled Karrion Kross. He took Ted DiBiase's money to wrestle Kross. And Ziggler slapping Wade Barrett in the back of the head. And there's a back suplex from Dolph Ziggler. But Barrett gets right back to his feet. Barrett, probably for my money, the toughest wrestler on the roster. I know I say that every week. Every week on Shockwave, I give that distinction to a different wrestler. But Barrett went face-to-face with Karrion Kross, really went in there and tried to take him out. He came up short in the match, but I think he did just enough damage to help Kenny Omega get the win at Without Honor. Nexus should have won at SummerSlam in 2010, then Wade would have went on to be champ, but Vince loved Cena too much. Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think Cena, they actually had Nexus winning that. And I think Cena called an audible. They discussed it on Talk is Jericho. Edge and Jericho talked about that. I don't know how old that episode is, but go back and listen to it. Cena called an audible. But I think Cena ended up changing that. Or he ended up regretting that decision. And Ziggler so far in control of Wade Barrett. Ziggler looking very impressive in this matchup so far. Ziggler going back up to the top rope. Ziggler's using high risk maneuvers here, and an elbow drop that misses. High risk, folks. That's why you shouldn't climb that top rope. That's one of the arguments against it. And Dolph with another neckbreaker. Yeah, I believe that's true. I think Cena called an audible the night of the pay-per-view. At least that's what I remember Jericho saying. And there's a neckbreaker on that middle rope. We saw Billie Kay use that same move earlier in the night. That's a devastating maneuver. And Ziggler sees that as his opportunity to go for a pinfall. Referee in position. We got just a 1 count. And there we go. Speaking of the toughness and endurance of Wade Barrett. There we go. But Barrett having to slide out of the ring to recover. He gets right back in, though, not wasting any time, but Ziggler's on top of him. And there's a tornado DDT from Ziggler planning Wade Barrett. Barrett so far not able to get a whole lot of offense. This match has really been Ziggler for the most part. And we see that now as Ziggler counters that hammerlock with strikes to the midsection. And there's the Fame-Master from Ziggler. It came out of nowhere. And Ziggler going for a cover. Could this be it, folks? No, Barrett kicks out at 2. Barrett kicks out at 2. These men want to have an impressive outing before the zigzag. Now we might be looking at a match, folks. This might be it. 2, 3. Ziggler with a big victory tonight. Wade Barrett. Crow, I love you, man. You're a good guy. It's awesome chatting with you. But Dolph Ziggler beat your ass tonight. My Lord. Ziggler picking up a big victory tonight. Ziggler said, hey, look, as soon as I announced that the loser of this match won't be in the Battle Royal, Ziggler put on his game face. Ziggler put on his game face. That's all there is to it. Ziggler got his first win in NGW, 1-2 with his record. Wade Barrett is now 0-2. So, this is pitiful. Poor Wade Barrett. Poor Wade Barrett. Ziggler celebrating. He picked up a massive win. Can you blame him? Can you blame him for being excited? He's needed that win for a while. And before our next match, we go backstage with another video package, and it's Karrion Kross this time. And Karrion Kross, he has a message. He says at Battlefield Japan, everyone's time is up. Kenny Omega, you have something that belongs to me, and I will destroy 29 other men to get it back. Karrion Kross announced for the Battlefield Battle Royal. That's probably a good pick. It's probably a good pick to win the whole thing, ladies and gentlemen. And we heard you need a shishi emote. I guess I better make one, huh? I guess I need to make one. Jeez. Karrion Kross making his announcement. He will be at the Battlefield. He will be in Battlefield at Battlefield Japan. And I'm telling you, we've seen the performance, the reign of terror that Karrion Kross had at the beginning of NGW. The first NGW World Champion. We saw how he decimated Seth Rollins, how he decimated Orange Cassidy, how he decimated Bray Wyatt. He has his eyes set on Kenny Omega. I agree with you, Ben. I think Kross is a great champion. I don't know if I'm a big fan overall of his work, but his presentation's been really good, and presentation goes a long way, you know? Lacey Evans, I think, how many matches has Lacey Evans had in NGW? Let's take a look. Lacey Evans, only 2 matches in NGW. She split 1 win, 1 loss. Lita, on the other hand, a former NGW women's title contender, coming up short against Alexa Bliss, who had that dominant reign as champion, who unfortunately cut. And look, you know I love Alexa Bliss, but what a story from Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan able to scratch and claw her way to the top. The only woman in NGW to hand Alexa Bliss a loss in singles matches, pinning Alexa Bliss at Without Honor, right? That's when it happened. That was in hindsight, that pay-per-view was really good. My Lord, I forgot how good that pay-per-view was. Plus, we had our first War Games match.
Lacey Evans may claim to be a lady in the streets, but
and Lacey Evans hitting the midsection from Lita. Lita is starting this match off in control. Lita wanting to climb back up the ranks. Lita wants another title shot, but that knee from Lacey Evans floors her to the canvas, but Lita gets back to her feet and takes the back, turning Lacey Evans around for an Irish whip into the turnbuckle. Evans struggling to recover, eats a shoulder tackle, but blocks a chop, and she's able to Irish whip Lita, but Lita reverses it, and Lacey Evans back in that corner. Evans is going to want to get out of there. And Lita not letting her as she starts off with a tornado DDT that just plants Lacey Evans in the center of the ring. Imagine how great this game could be if you could full-on create a match. Dude, I'd take my money. Seriously. Imagine how great this game would be if it didn't crash all the time. I feel like I walk on eggshells playing this game. A snap suplex from Lita. Lacey Evans rolling out of the ring. She's had enough. Lita going out behind her, though. I don't know if this is a smart decision from Lita. She blocks an elbow from Lacey and hits a kick to the midsection. And now she's got arm control, but a nasty right hand from Lacey. And the two women are brawling outside of the ring. What is Lacey setting up here? Lacey with a suplex on the outside. Listen to the impact. And we know Lita's a warrior. Lita's battle tested, but you can't take impact moves like that outside of the ring. And now Lacey Evans with an elbow and tosses Lita back into the ring. Lacey Evans is looking for a finish here. And she just slaps Lita in the back of the head once more, and a chop. A scything chop, dropping Lita. What's Lacey Evans looking to do? Lacey Evans climbing to the top rope. What does she got planned here? A drop kick. And I don't know. It didn't look like she got all of it, but Lita is certainly down. Dude, that would be the real money. If you could book a match and then lay it out how you wanted it. Oh my God. Could you imagine some of the cool creators that you would see on YouTube and Twitch for that matter? What's up, Cyberwolf? How you living, man? Lacey Evans in trouble. They're just getting tossed by Lita. Cyberwolf, how you liking Resident Evil Village so far? Evans is no longer in control of this match. Lita picking up control. What's up, KRZ? How you doing, man? And those stomps in the chest. Evans fights out of it, kick to the midsection. For anyone who just joined the stream, I want to remind you, starting Sundays, on Sunday nights on the stream, we're going to have a UFC interactive universe, or UFC league. You can pick one male fighter, one female fighter, any weight class, and we'll get some fights. I already have, like, I think there's 10 or 12 fighters that have already been picked. So we are going to have, we're gonna have a card. We will have some card and a spear from Lita. And Lacey Evans trying to get to her feet. Lita waiting for her. Lita's primed. Big DDT there. Lita picks Lacey Evans back up. And Lacey going for a ride. Hellacious powerbomb from Lita. I've beat the Mass Effect games too many times to get that collection. I really thought about it. And there's a pin from Evans. Evans might have this. Lita kicks out at one. And Evans picks Lita up. And oh, she just spiked Lita on that neck. And we know the neck issues Lita's had in her career. That was a little unnecessary, Evans. And oh, look at this. Evans has her fit on the ropes. Lita able to get out. Lita able to use power to get out of that. I don't support those actions from Lacey Evans. And Evans with a backbreaker now on Lita. Evans really going to work on Lita's spine. From the neck, the back. Evans is looking to hurt Lita here to pick up a win. And sometimes it's not, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. I don't endorse it. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do to pick up a W. How Cedric is going to retain his TV championship and win the Battlefield Battle Royal. So Cedric says he's going to do double duty. We don't know if that's true. We do know he's defending the title against Triple H. Woohoo. There can only be one winner tonight. Will Cedric get the dub? Or will the game be the new television champion? 2 count. Lacey Evans gets a 2 count. And she goes right back on the attack. Folks, I want to remind you that Battlefield Japan live on pay-per-view 2 weeks from now. We have one more Shockwave until Battlefield Japan. It's the first pay-per-view of January of the 2021 calendar year. Call your local cable provider or you can order it on Bleacher Report. And there's that beautiful strike. Referee goes for a pin. And Lacey Evans picks up a big victory over Lita. That right hand just decking Lita tonight. I actually do not remember you. Refresh me. Refresh my memory. Lacey Evans is 2-1. Lita's had like such an up and down trajectory in NGW. She's 3-3 now. So what do we have next on our show? All right, here's a good announcement. Here's a good announcement. I forgot about this. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been announced, officially announced on NGW.com. New Japan Pro Wrestling will be at Battlefield Japan, and they are putting on a show. They've added a match to our card, and I'm telling you right now, this is a huge match. The IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Will Ospreay, defends his championship against Hiroshi Tanahashi as part of the New Japan portion of Battlefield Japan. Only on pay-per-view. All right, so that takes us to a big match tonight. This is probably my favorite match. This is my favorite match of the night. I was kind of about Chikara having a game. The game Action Arcade Wrestling was a Chikara game. But due to management getting involved now, the game, yeah, I remember all that. I do remember some of the people in Chikara getting in trouble. And that's right, folks. New Japan Pro Wrestling gonna join us at Battlefield Japan. A huge IWGP World Championship match. But let's talk about, speaking of champions, here we go. The NGW Zero Gravity Champion, Johnny Gargano, and the NGW World Champion, Kenny Omega, in a Zero Gravity No Holds Barred match. Oh, yes, I do remember. I haven't seen you. Welcome, man. Are you here? You here to participate? So, Wade Barrett lost, ergo Goldberg is now in the Battle Royal. I forgot all about that. Congratulations. Who's my guy? Who's my guy? I forgot his username. Slap me. Ben. Congratulations, Ben. You're in a Battle Royal to determine a future challenger for the world title. You just took Wade Barrett's spot. Not my spot, Wade Barrett's spot, baby. Gargano, the Zero Gravity champ. He did not like the words that Kenny Omega had to say about the Zero Gravity division. He didn't like the disparaging, disrespectful remarks Kenny Omega made. And speaking of the devil himself, here comes that no good NGW World Champion, Kenny Omega. Ted DiBiase not here. Ted DiBiase already in Japan. Who knows what he has planned? What's up, Walkman? And look at Kenny Omega just cocky. Omega thinking he's at the top of the food chain. He's the apex wrestler. He calls himself the best athlete in the world. He calls himself the god of professional wrestling. And look at how he disrespects the NGW World Champion. Look how he disrespects that championship. No one should do that with the world title. There's my guy, Craig. Big old Craigo's here. The NGW World Champion. You just came in time, too. Does Gargano... Okay, so I want to talk about that. Let's discuss that. Hold on, I got to turn off my webcam. And I got to turn on my mic because I have to chug this water. My throat's super dry. Okay, so Drew... No, this is not the pay-per-view. I don't know if you were here earlier. I am no longer going to tell you if your wrestlers have matches. And I know Gargano's not your wrestler. But I'm no longer going to tell you if your wrestlers have matches on the stream, because I post the matches on Discord. You can also just watch the stream and find out, or you can watch on YouTube after. But there are a couple of people who come in, ask if they're in a match, and then when they find out they're not, they dip, or they keep asking, and I'm done answering that question. And a dragon suplex from Kenny Omega. What's up, Cash? How you doing? Omega with the elbow to the head of Gargano. Omega starting this thing off rough. And he goes for an early cover here. But remember, zero gravity rules, folks. No rope breaks.
Very nice.
Omega just going to work on Gargano. Gargano fires off with the forearm. Gargano with the snap suplex. Titles are not on the line in this match. This is a non-title champion versus champion. Under zero gravity rules. Spinning back elbow that's blocked by Omega, and Omega just mocking Johnny Gargano again with that video game maneuver. That's a Street Fighter Hadouken. That's what I'm talking about when I refer to when I refer to Kenny Omega not having any respect for other pro wrestlers. Who does something like that? And Gargano just being dropped over that top rope by Omega. And Omega going for a second pin. That's why I put it together, Ben. That's why I put it together. Gargano with the cutter, just planting Kenny Omega and Gargano with the cover here. That might be it. No, 1 count. 1 count for Gargano. And Gargano just throws that boot right into Kenny Omega's chest. And a Northern Light suplex from Gargano. Gargano not bridging for the pin, letting go. Gargano, for my money, is probably the best pound-for-pound champion in NGW. And I say that because think about the wrestlers that Gargano has been in there with. Daniel Bryan, Kalisto. Think about how he won the title in that 5-man scramble that also had Cedric Alexander, Jungle Boy, former #1 contender, the former #1 ranked Jungle Boy. Gargano has been in, and he eliminated 3 of the 4 participants in that 5-man scramble. Have you missed anything important? We announced some more participants for the Battle Royal. We had... so far, nothing major. Just, what's Gargano got? Oh, beautiful from Gargano. And Omega trying to get to his feet. Gargano is looking in control here. What's Gargano got planned? Placing Kenny Omega on that rope. Omega blocks. And Omega with a clothesline that just drops Gargano, and Omega with another pinfall. If we're scoring this match based on falls, Kenny Omega is up 3-1. And Omega's going under that ring. What's up, Roxanne? How you doing? Omega going under the ring. He has a baseball bat. He brings a baseball bat, and Gargano fights it out. Throws a strike, and then he just plants Omega on top of the bat. My Lord. They weren't kidding. They were not kidding about anything goes in this zero gravity match. What's the link for Discord? Baby, I'm gonna call. Let me show you. That's the rules. Oh, wait a minute. Nibbler Baby already showed up the Discord link. And a V-trigger! V-trigger from Kenny! And Gargano's out cold. 2, 3, the match is over! Kenny Omega with another victory! Who's gonna stop this man? He just beat the Zero Gravity Champion! Gosh, dude. Hey, guys, Kenny Omega is 10-0, one no contest. Think about that. 1-0. Man, get my guy on WWE commentary. Hey, what's up? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Omega 10-0. Gargano's first loss at the hands of Kenny Omega. He does it again. Just when you think that you might have met Kenny Omega's kryptonite, he does it again. Who's gonna beat this man? I'll tell you who might. The Great Muta at Battlefield Japan. Kenny Omega brought that bat in and got dropped on that bat, but it wasn't enough. It was not enough. Omega with another victory. He is the NGW World Champion for a reason, folks. And that brings us to our next kernel of information. So, Omega is celebrating in the ring. He's on top of the world. He just beat another opponent. When all of a sudden, this theme song hits the PA. And we don't know who it is at first. What's that? What's that noise? What's going on? What is this music? And Omega's looking up at the stage like, what in the hell? He thinks it's an error. He thinks there's some kind of issue going on with the PA system. And then you see Almighty on the Titantron, and Bobby Lashley comes out on stage. Lashley gets in the ring, and he gets right in Kenny Omega's face. And Omega, Omega's he's a little trepidatious, but he doesn't back down. He looks at Lashley, and Lashley just smirks. Bobby Lashley has signed with NGW, ladies and gentlemen. And the show's not over. That wasn't even the main event of tonight. The main event. Oh wait, before that, we got another thing we have to talk about. There's another segment that happened. So Bobby Lashley has signed with NGW, and he has his sights set on the NGW World Champion. We go though to the locker room where it's Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H of the Clique, and they all tell each other that they have each other's backs. And it's announced, we find out that Tyler Bate will be facing HBK and Razor Ramon will be facing Drew McIntyre on the next Shockwave. And the winners of those matches will be able to be at ringside for Cedric Alexander versus Triple H for the television title. And that takes us to our main event tonight. Our main event, the NGW Tag Team Championships are on the line. The Bar defending against Kofi Kingston and Rey Fenix. Man, one of these days I hope someone comes out and picks the Young Bucks, man. We need our tag team. When is the pay-per-view? The pay-per-view is tonight, believe it or not, Cash. Pay-per-view's tonight. And let's talk about Battlefield when we're looking at Fenix and Kofi Kingston. These guys have a big match in Japan. Hey, WW 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 has joined the Bad Guy Club. As the newest member of the club, you receive a pair of sunglasses, a switchblade, and a leather jacket. So thank you for joining the Bad Guy Club, because being bad is fun. Welcome to the stream, WW. How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Everybody, welcome WW to the Bad Guy Club, guys. Make them feel welcome. Make them feel loved. We have pancakes. We have pizza. We have switchblades. So back to what I was saying. Let's talk about Battlefield Japan. Fenix and Kofi, they have double duty. So they are wrestling for the tag titles tonight, but in 2 weeks, they're going to be in an epic. That's the only way I can describe it. I don't use that word, but it is going to be an epic six-man tag. Fenix, Kofi Kingston, and the debuting Pentagon Jr. will be in a six-man tag against Japanese legends Jushin Thunder Liger, the Ultimo Dragon, and former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Kota Ibushi. Do you get a pick of male wrestler, female, and tag team? No, you get male and female. And then if you want to form a tag team, you better get friendly with some of the guys in this chat. But your idea actually is not bad. Maybe I might consider that down the road. One tag, one male singles. I just feel like that'd be a lot of wrestlers. You're talking 4 wrestlers from every user. That's big. Not a lot. What's up, WW? Welcome to the stream. Wombo wants his syrup tonight. Kenny Omega with the tweet, Johnny Idiot, that is why I'm better than the Zero Gravity Division. You did your best in a non-title matchup, and I proved to you why I'm the wrestling god. Kenny Omega with some stiff words for Johnny Gargano, but let's see if he has those words for the Great Muta at Battlefield Japan. That's the thing, and I feel like that's what a lot of people are going to do. They're going to form tag teams and then want to split them up. So that's one reason why I thought about doing it that way, where you could either pick one male wrestler and one female wrestler, or you could pick a tag team and have 2 male wrestlers. But then I thought, no, because if they start losing, they're going to split them up, and then you have 2 singles wrestlers, and I'm not letting that happen. I think this way works best because the roster's not as bloated, and it also helps you guys socialize, because some of you guys have formed tag teams in here, and you guys are like buddy in chat, I've noticed. So like, I'm all for that. That's cool for me. Yeah, I feel like that would be the thing. If I'm going to do it that way, tag teams couldn't split. But then that also makes it stagnant, because you got to have tag. That's a good story. Tag team splitting is always a classic story for when you want to change up someone's career trajectory. Sheamus and Cesaro have been a dominant tag team in NGW. These are the 2 men they beat. They beat Fenix and Kofi Kingston at what was the pay-per-view, guys? They won the titles at Living in Sin. They lost the titles at Clash of the Champions. My God, I keep forgetting that pay-per-view. I had to think about it. The Bar dominant. They defeated Kofi Kingston and Fenix. These very the first tag team champions in NGW. They defeated them at the Clash of the Champions. And then shortly after that, they had a strong defense against Orange Cassidy and Edge, Vitamin E and C at Without Honor. Key, you better pick a female wrestler. Walkman, I have a sneaking suspicion. Let me check something here. We're going to find this out real quick. Yeah, so WW45678 was an account that just got created yesterday. So, Walkman, I'm like 98% sure that's an alternate account of yours. I gotta turn off my webcam for a second. My God, this water. I need more water.
This is it, fellas. We're ready to get
and Cesaro. So Fenix trying for a wheelbarrow pin, and Cesaro blocked it and just dropped his knee right across Fenix's forehead and follows up with a big boot that flattens Fenix. Fenix blocks a right hand and fires back with a left forearm. And a grapple that Cesaro is able to throw a boot in the midsection. There's that wheelbarrow from Fenix, wheelbarrow arm drag. Fenix taking control of the match, but Cesaro able to counter back with a kick to the midsection, followed by a winding forearm that just drops Fenix. And there's a kick to the back of the leg from Fenix. Cesaro blocks the chop, and we have an Irish whip. Back elbow from Cesaro breaks it up though. And a spin out forearm. And now Sheamus tagged in. Fenix tagging in Kofi. And a sledgehammer that Kofi just ducks. A sledgehammer blow from Sheamus and a neck breaker from Kofi. Kofi and Fenix want those tag titles back. This match was set up 2 weeks ago. Or maybe, was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? Who cares? 3 weeks ago, Kofi and Fenix issued a challenge to Sheamus and Cesaro. If either Fenix or Kofi could beat either Sheamus or Cesaro, they would get tag title rematches. WWE, you can 100% be The Rock. Absolutely. And Sheamus throws a right hand, but Kofi fires back with an Irish whip. And, a swinging neck breaker. Sheamus running right into it. Oh, Key. Yes, you can be Stephanie McMahon because I had an idea for Stephanie. I want Stephanie to form a stable. I don't know why I just said that out loud. I should have messaged you. I got super excited. I got ahead of myself. Let's talk. Let's break bread in private after the stream and discuss plans for Stephanie McMahon. Does that sound good? Not necessarily the Queendom. I want her to put together a faction like a more serious Robert Stone brand. Instead of being kind of a comedy manager, she's going to use her money and influence to, like, what's the girl from MLW? De La Renta? Selena De La Renta? That's what I want Stephanie to be. And you will be wrestling too. You won't just be a manager, so don't worry about that. I'm just saying you're gonna put together a money faction. We'll break bread after the stream. Key is not on fire. And look at that spinning kick that just drops Sheamus from Fenix. Fenix trying to stay on top here. Don't forget, this is an hour time limit. Tag championship bouts are hour time limits. Yes, see. And it was supposed to be a faction, but, you know, things just didn't happen that way, unfortunately. We had a whole faction built up. I had all 4 guys. There were going to be 4 people in this faction. I knew they were all going to be. We were going to build up toward it. And then, you know, without saying anything negative, some people just weren't happy with, they didn't like the fact that they weren't the leader of the group. Which is weird. It's an interactive universe. Have fun with it. There's going to be stories. Sheamus with another fall-away slam, this time throwing Fenix into the turnbuckle. Fenix just bouncing off, but Fenix able to fire off an elbow. Fenix takes control with a grapple, but Sheamus shoves Fenix down, and we have Cesaro getting tagged back in. And an uppercut that Fenix sidesteps, but it doesn't matter. Cesaro getting the crossarm, and a crossarm powerbomb from Cesaro. And there's a pin from Cesaro. Fenix kicking out at 1. And an elbow to the lower back of Fenix. Cesaro and like I said, I think these two are very dominant tag team, but Fenix able to slide off of Cesaro, getting back to his feet and planting Cesaro with the DDT. And Fenix primed and ready to spike Cesaro on his head. Kofi getting tagged in. You know I am too, man. I really thought about getting involved in this NGW universe. Hey, Nibble, you remember I made a CAW of myself last time, and I had that match with Vince McMahon where Vince took over NGW, and we had a street fight that I won. Remember how mad the chat got? Like, dude, that was a big storyline. WWE invaded NGW, and there were guys in the chat who were with Vince McMahon. They were on his team, and there were guys who were on my team. And I eventually did a match where it was Vince versus Bad Guy Maddox for complete control of the company, all the contracts, and all of their video library and all their assets. And the chat got big mad when Bad Guy Maddox beat Vince McMahon. And we're gonna have big angles. We're gonna have big angles, but I don't want to do another WWE invasion. We're gonna do we're gonna work toward is doing co-promoted shows with New Japan and AEW, depending on who wrestlers play as. I'm coming up with all kinds of ideas to have like an expanded universe. Kofi slides out of the ring. Cesaro right behind him though, and a Russian leg sweep. Yes, Rhea has already been taken, WWE. I apologize. Kofi missing a stomp. Cesaro sidestepping a drop kick. Oh, by the way, Japanese rules at Battlefield Japan, 20-second count out. Kofi in the air, but he slides off. And he drops Cesaro with the DDT outside of the ring. It is not, Keaton. I called you Keaton again. We're talking, this was back in 2015. No. Yeah, 2015. We're talking forever ago. Cesaro looking for a count out here. Kofi gets back in the ring. And the count's reset. I have to see if Manami Toyota's available, Annika. I don't know if she is on PC. A lot of Japanese wrestlers aren't free. And a leg drop from Cesaro to Kofi. Cesaro has Kofi primed. We might be seeing a neutralizer here from Cesaro. No, we're not seeing a neutralizer. We're seeing a sharpshooter. And he's got it locked in. Fenix gets in the ring. No, Kofi gets out of it. Look at that flexibility from Kofi. Able to get out of it and kick Cesaro off of him. But Cesaro with another snapmare, and he's working on that shoulder. Kofi getting back to his feet. Kofi with the right hand. Breaks it up. And a trouble in paradise. Kevin Owens had I don't think you ever won the world title. I always think I kept that belt away from you. I like the story of the babyface chasing for the belt. And Cesaro kicks out at the last second. So they're two separate servers. So the stuff that's available on PlayStation and Xbox, they're not available on PC. Like it's all self-contained. There's no cross connection. So the only CAWs that I have available to me on PC are CAWs that other PC players have made. And a backbreaker Irish curse from Sheamus. Sheamus brutalized Fenix with these on Shockwave. And now Sheamus goes for a pin. And the bar retain the NGW tag titles. They couldn't pull it off. Kofi and Fenix couldn't pull it off again. But wait, guys. Just wait. We're not done. This is how the show closes. We hear the gong. And the arena goes dark. The gong goes again. When the arena comes back up, when the lights come back on, the Demon Finn Balor and the Fiend Bray Wyatt are in the ring, and they absolutely destroy Sheamus, Cesaro, Kofi, and Fenix. They just beat the hell out of all four. You have the Fiend dropping people with Sister Abigail's. You have Finn Balor doing missile drop kicks, doing 1916s, doing coup de grace from the top rope. They just decimate the champions and the challengers. And the show ends with Finn Balor and the Fiend on top.